Corinne Olympios and Demario Jackson speak out amid the Bachelor in Paradise scandal.
Adele makes an emotional visit to Grenfell Tower following that horrific fatal fire.
This is American Idol.
Excitement is building for the return of American Idol, but is Ryan Seacrest coming back to host the show's revival?
And the Queen is back. Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, get ready. NeNe Leakes says she's returning to the show.
I'll love that girl till the day I die.
Friendly Exes. Nickelback frontman Chad Kroeger opening up to us about his ongoing friendship with his ex, Avril Lavigne.
I had a dream about him a couple of days ago again, you know, and they're vivid dreams.
Sheila E. reveals her close connection to Prince and how she still senses the icon's presence in her daily life.
Ooh. Oh my gosh! Plus, we're moonwalking with the guys from Book of Henry. Well, sort of. Here's my Michael Jackson. Okay, that's my thing. Let's see you. Some dance moves, some attempts at dance moves. We'll get to that in a bit. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to People.com and Facebook Live. Glad to have you here on People Now. One more day until Friday. We can feel the weekend just around the corner. Lots of news to get to today, though, including NeNe Leakes returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So our Facebook question of the day is, who is your favorite Real Housewives cast member? We love so many of them. It's hard to narrow it down, but we want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Corinne Olympios has broken her silence in the wake of the Bachelor in Paradise scandal. People previously opted not to identify Olympios out of respect to the privacy of victims of alleged sexual assault. But in a statement to People via her rep on Wednesday, Olympios said, "I'm a victim and have spent the last week trying to make sense of what happened on June 4th. Although I have little memory of that night, something bad obviously took place, which I understand is why production on the show has now been suspended, and a producer on the show has filed a complaint against the production." Corinne went on to say, "As a woman, this is my worst nightmare, and it has now become my reality." Her statement concludes, "As I pursue the details and facts surrounding that night and the immediate days after, I have retained a group of professionals to ensure that what happened on June 4th comes to light and I can continue my life, including hiring an attorney to obtain justice and seeking therapy to begin dealing with the physical and emotional trauma stemming from that evening." On Sunday, Warner Brothers released a statement announcing that production had been suspended on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette spinoff due to what the production company is calling misconduct. Sources previously confirmed to People that production was halted after a producer raised concerns about an alleged sexual encounter between Jackson, 30 years old, and a female castmate. Shortly after Corinne Olympios broke her silence on the Bachelor in Paradise scandal, Demario Jackson was quick to issue a statement of his own, saying to People, "It's unfortunate that my character and family name has been assassinated this past week with false claims and malicious allegations. I will be taking swift and appropriate legal action until my name is cleared, and per the advice of legal counsel, will be seeking all available remedies entitled to me under the law." Jackson has hired attorney Walter Mosley, while Corinne Olympios has hired veteran Hollywood attorney Martin Singer. Stay on People.com for more on this story as it continues to develop. Well, Adele made an emotional visit Wednesday night to London's Grenfell Tower following a horrific fire that killed at least 17 people and left 74 injured. The Grammy winner and husband Simon Konecki were photographed at the scene of the deadly flames that engulfed the 24-story apartment tower in the affluent Notting Hill neighborhood, where the two were there offering their support to anyone affected by the fire. The Associated Press reports that fire officials received reports of the blaze just before 1 a.m. local time, and flames could be seen more than 10 hours after the London Fire Brigade officials arrived. Witnesses reported seeing people jump from the blazing tower, and a woman reportedly tossed her child out of a window on the 9th or 10th floor to safety. As of right now, the cause of the fire has not been reported. Now watch this.
This is American Idol.
Is Ryan Seacrest headed back to American Idol? Well, in a new interview with The Hollywood Reporter, the Live with Kelly and Ryan co-host opens up about the competition show's revival, saying this: "Who am I if not the American Idol guy? I've always loved the show, and if I could do it forever, I would do it forever." According to the article, those closest to Seacrest say that his identity is still tied to the show, and, quote, "the idea of being replaced would destroy him." As of right now, the only person confirmed for the show is Judge Katy Perry. Idol was canceled by Fox in April 2016, but the host says he always hoped it would return in some way, saying, quote, Idol was still firing on cylinders, even if it wasn't all of the cylinders of its heyday, and it still had a fan base. So part of me, while not having had any real conversations about it, believed that somehow, somewhere, American Idol would come back. Well, it looks like Ryan's hopes are coming true. We can't wait to see what happens there. Now take a look at this. That's multi-talented musician Sheila E.'s new music video for the single America. The song is a cover of Prince's America and will appear on her upcoming album Iconic. The revisited hit pays homage to Prince, who was once her longtime love, fiancé, and music companion. So when I sat down with the star, I asked how she celebrates the music icon's life today. She's revealing to me that he's still very present in her life. Watch. You released your single for America on what would have been Prince's 59th birthday.
Yes.
Other than the song, how else did you celebrate his life on that day?
I've been celebrating since, since he passed. It was a little difficult to do that, and it took a couple of months or so. So we continue to play his music as we celebrate him. So it's not that I did anything different. It's just remembering, but I do that every day.
You often hear about people saying that they sort of sense them and from time to time in day-to-day life, or you know, that there's this sense that they're along the ride still. Have you ever had moments like that when thinking about Prince and just sort of sensing that, you know, he's still with you in some ways?
Oh, always, always. I had a dream about him a couple of days ago again, you know, and they're vivid dreams. It's like shooting a movie. Like I could see it's in color and what is happening, what we talked about, and so I have those dreams often, which is nice.
Wow, and what are the dreams? What's the dream about? Is it personal stuff? Is it sort of you're watching from afar? What's the dream about?
No, it's just personal.
Wow, that's really incredible. If you were here today, in light of the album, in light of everything that you've gone through since his death, and you know, as we all deal with that, what would you want to say to him today?
I don't know. I think the times that we had together and everything that we had done, I think we said all that we could say all the time. So there was never anything left unsaid.
Well, that's
pretty awesome.
Really interesting to talk to her. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
How are you?
Guys, let's check. I'm great. Let's check in with Facebook Live. We're asking who your favorite Real Housewives cast member is. There's so many to choose from. Samantha says Lisa Vanderpump can't get enough of her pups and mini horses.
Edward says my favorite Real Housewives cast member is NeNe Leakes. Well, good for Edward.
Yeah,
it's exactly.
The right day. Jamie says Erica. Yeah, Erica, who's also amazing.
Yeah, all right. Well, guys, keep the Facebook comments coming in. Tell us who you love. We'll check in with you again soon. But first, Andrea, more trending news for us in Star Trek.
Yes, Jeremy. Well, we are kicking off Star Trek today with a little love between exes. Nickelback's Chad Kroeger and Avril Lavigne tied the knot in July of 2013, separated in 2015, but still remain good friends. So how does the musical duo make it work? Well, when Chad stopped by the People Now studios, he talked all about his close relationship with Avril and how even though they're exes, they still work together. Check it out.
You know, we collaborate all the time. She'll call me up and she'll sing a line to me over the phone and just be like, what do you think of this? Is this any good? Do you like this? Or she'll sing another one and be like, is this better? You know, just tell me your opinion. Yeah, we're really, really close, and I love that. You know, that's the best way to be, because when you leave a relationship and you're both bitter and mad, I mean, this is really the way to do it. It's great to stay friends, and you know, I'll love that girl till the day I die. You know, there's just no getting around that. But no, she's great, and everything I've heard is strong, really strong.
Really?
Like, you know, so and we've done some collaborating. I co-wrote a few on this new one. I don't know if they're going to make the cut. I have no idea. But she's probably got 17 or 18 songs already in the can, and she's just bulldozing through them. So I'm really excited, and she's turned a corner with the illness, and she's really getting back on her feet, and she's really getting back to her old self, and that really makes me happy.
All right, moving on to this. NeNe Leakes says she's returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 10, and we could not be more excited. And she's telling us in a series of cheeky Instagrams, featuring Peaches, of course. The 49-year-old reality star revealed a long process that finally led to an agreement. Leakes left the show after 7 seasons, but made the occasional appearance every now and then. Now wearing a crown and holding up a fruity drink, Leakes looks like she's ready to rumble, and we will drink to that. Can't wait for the new season. Ryan Lochte is sharing first photos of his newborn son, Jaeden on Instagram, and the family looks absolutely adorable. The 12-time Olympic gold medalist welcomed his first child with fiancée Kayla Ray Reid a week ago, and Kayla posted a solo shot of Jaeden to Instagram and said in the caption, "After almost 26 hours of an unfortunate induced labor, the greatest joy entered our lives." The couple announced their pregnancy news in December. Lochte and his fiancée have been house hunting in Los Angeles, where he plans to pursue acting as he trains for the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. And speaking of super cute babies, it's Northwest's 4th birthday today, and we are celebrating with the mini Kardashians' most adorable Insta-worthy moments. Watch this.
You're not going to get any bigger. You're not going to get any taller. I want you to stay little forever, okay? Okay.
Love you so much.
Well, even when you're big, you're gonna be so nice to me.
Yeah.
Why don't you want what? No what?
No texture.
Why?
Oh,
your bed? Bed is falling apart. That was amazing.
It's so cute. Happy birthday to North. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
Stay with us, guys. The Book of Henry stars Jacob Tremblay and Jaeden Lieberher are revealing who won when they faced off against former Dance Mom star Maddie Ziegler. Plus, Nashville stars Lennon and Maisy Stella hanging with Hayden Panettiere and her baby, and what they miss most about Connie Britton. Stick around.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
The latest issue of People takes you inside a trial being closely watched by legal experts across the country. Michelle Carter faces up to 20 years in prison for allegedly urging her boyfriend Conrad Roy III to kill himself in a series of shocking texts. Joining us now with the latest on the case is People senior editor Alicia Dennis. Welcome back, Alicia. Good to have you here. This is something that really has gotten us all talking. The involuntary manslaughter charge Michelle Carter is facing. It's based on the thousands of texts that she exchanged with Conrad Roy. They sent to each other before he took his life 3 years ago. What did all those texts contain?
You know, I think that the reason this case became this case is because there was so much that investigators found within those texts that indicated to them that she seemed to be urging him and pushing him into something that he was wavering about and that he was unsure about. And they just felt like this was above and beyond just a normal text exchange, that she was giving him a lot of ideas about how to do it, she was pushing him towards it, and that's the reason we have an involuntary manslaughter charge.
All right, now the case could get could sort of set a legal precedent for how texts are viewed in manslaughter cases. Can you explain that a little?
Yeah, I think that what her defense team is trying to say is that texts are protected speech, and that although that this is a tragedy, they believe that it is not a crime. At the same time, this is going to be interesting. We've talked to a lot of legal scholars and experts about what this means as far as her being an accomplice. She was not physically there at the scene, but they could prove that she was emotionally there because she definitely texted him a lot and was on the phone with him, even telling him to get back into the truck when he was wavering during the suicide attempt.
Wow, there's so many complex details here, and
there really are.
Precedent that's uncertain. When Michelle's legal team presented their defense, psychiatrist Dr. Peter Bregan testified that the antidepressants that Michelle was taking at the time of Conrad's death may have disrupted her frontal lobe function. Can you explain that, elaborate on that a bit and what they were going for here?
Sure, I think the psychiatrist was trying to say that these types of antidepressants that she was on have been known to impact frontal lobe function. And look, these are teenagers at the time. Now she's 20, she's on trial, but at the time she was 17. And his point was that these types of antidepressants can have a very intense effect on young brains.
All right, now Carter was 17 at the time of Roy's death. She's 20 now, waived her right to a jury trial, so a judge is currently deciding her fate. Why did they decide to go that way, that direction?
You know, we've talked to a lot of legal experts about that, and they felt that this was a really smart decision on the defense's defense's side.
Sure.
Because when you take the emotional impact of these texts out of a jury to look at and put it just firmly in a judge, taking a look at the letter of the law and how the law is going to look at this case, it just seems to make more sense.
Judges may be more focused on legal precedent, whereas a jury may be moved by the emotion of the case. That makes a lot of sense there. Do we know when the judge is going to announce the decision? What's the
You know, the prosecution and the defense have both rested, and so this case is with the judge. And in a bench trial, a judge can take as long as he deems necessary to review this case. So we could know today, or we could know weeks from now.
The story, I mean, it truly is a parent's worst nightmare. It's so awful. What does anyone watching, anyone who has kids, what do you think they need to know about the case?
I think that it's really so tragic in that Conrad Roy was emotionally vulnerable, and of course his parents were very involved in his life and what was going on, but they didn't know about these dark texts that were being exchanged. And when a kid's 18, parents wonder, you know, should I be looking at their texts? Should I be, you know, is that a privacy thing for them? And I think it's raising a lot of questions with parents.
Yeah, I personally feel like it's raising a lot of, like, hey, I'm going to take a more active role in privacy to the side maybe sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, Alicia Dennis, thank you so much for being here today and discussing this case. Stay on people.com for all the latest on this case, and if you or someone that you know is considering suicide, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift and Sarah Jessica Parker and Liam Hemsworth, proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story.
Real-life sisters Lennon and Maisy Stella snagged their very first acting gig on Nashville and were lucky enough to have one of Hollywood's best play their TV mom, Connie Britton. After Connie's character, Raina James, shockingly died at the beginning of this new season, Lennon and Maisy opened up about what they miss most about working with the star. Watch this.
She's just so playful. Like,
yeah, she was so
bright and always brings like a light to, because scenes when you're there all day and you're like doing
you get tired and over and over.
I don't know, she was just so playful with us, especially just ever since day one. She's just been so fun and totally. And this, I mean,
always
this is the first thing acting wise either of us have done. You know, this is the first TV show, first anything. So it's like she taught us so much.
Yeah, we just learned,
completely, and we've just learned so much from her.
I lost a tooth while you were gone.
What is the world coming to when I leave town?
Besides Connie, you have a good amount of scenes with Hayden Panettiere. She just had a baby girl. Did you guys get to meet the baby girl? Was she on set at all?
Yeah. She's been on set a couple times. She's the cutest. We just moved, but we lived literally next door neighbors to Hayden.
Like literally our house, her house.
No house in between us. It was.
Did you guys get to like hang out or go over?
Yeah. But so we would see kind of all the time.
Her character Juliet can be a bit of a diva sometimes. What is the real Hayden Panettiere like, though?
She is not diva. Not diva. She's the real. I mean, like, everyone gets a little like on set. You just like it's just so long, you know. But like, no, she's the furthest thing from a diva.
So if a critic didn't critique everything, I mean, that's kind of their job is to be mean, ruthless, and try and convince the entire world to not like your band.
The EDM band, the Chainsmokers, have been dealing with some criticism lately. They have a huge fan base, but have been kind of reacting to the critiques. What's your advice for a band like them? You've been there. What's your main key of advice?
Don't Google yourself. I mean, I never look at press. I never look at comments on anything. It's like, what for? I mean, if they could make it through a criticism without massive spelling mistakes and grammatical errors, I might be able to take them mildly seriously. But you know, if you're looking for the negativity, it's easy to find. So I'm a big fan of just like, I don't care. I really don't care. It doesn't affect my life.
If you keep playing and you're playing shows and people come to your shows and you play more shows and more people come to those shows and you never ever looked on social media or read articles and you just kept doing that and you had fans to play to, it wouldn't matter. I hate just saying ignore everything because, I mean, you're going to get bombarded with stuff at some point, but just you're out there playing for people that you think might like your music. Just play for fans.
Yeah.
And just pay attention to that, because if you pay attention to people that don't like your band, it's kind of not really why you're there.
Yeah, gotta love that attitude. That's a couple guys from Canadian rock group Nickelback opening up about the best ways to handle those haters. The band, who's faced heavy criticisms in the past, is currently gearing up for a national tour starting June 23rd and also has a new album dropping this Friday, June 16th.
Country legend Glen Campbell's wife Kim and daughter Ashley just stopped by the People Now studios to talk about the singer's final studio album, Adios. They also opened up to me about Glen's struggles with Alzheimer's, how they hope to help other families battling the disease, and with Father's Day this weekend, what stood out about Glen as a dad. Watch.
I always just felt so incredibly loved by my dad and my mom. You're such good parents, and that's who he was first and foremost, was a father. And it meant the world to me that I was able to help him when he needed it as well.
Yeah, and you have 3 children with Glen. What sticks out to you the most about Glen as a father?
He just loved his family, and he was always, put the kids first, and we traveled together, and I think he tried to set a godly example for them and to teach them right from wrong and to be good people.
June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. After going through all of this, what is something that you know now that maybe you didn't know before?
Well, Alzheimer's isn't just about losing your memory. It affects your ability to think and reason. You eventually lose your ability to communicate. You can become paranoid and suspicious and combative. And so it's really difficult for families who are caring for someone with Alzheimer's. And that's, a whole world that I didn't know about. It's really sad to lose someone you love to this disease, but I founded careliving.org to encourage caregivers to look on the bright side of things and just to shift their perspective to, a more positive attitude. So I'm trying to implement what he taught me.
But Maddie would teach us dance moves.
Oh, really?
I would always challenge her to
stretches.
Oh,
He'd
yeah?
always win, too.
And what?
He'd always win, too.
You'd always win against Maddie? So you're telling me that you beat her in a dance-off. So I want to know the go-to move.
I do like some Michael Jackson weird.
Can you do the moonwalk?
I can do the moonwalk.
Can we please look? Can we please, camera 2? Can we please just pull out a little bit? I will stand with you.
Okay.
It's okay. No, look, this is okay because I've got some moves too.
Okay.
Who says white man can't dance? Here's my Michael Jackson. Okay.
Okay.
That's my thing. Let's see you.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh my gosh! Is there any sort of?
I'll try to do the moonwalk.
Okay. Or whatever yours was. What's your go-to?
I need a hat first.
Well, let's just imagine there's a hat. Oh, okay.
Oh,
so you kind of like.
No, it's not.
So you take you kind of like.
Yeah.
Like this. Woo! He's gone all the way off. Guys, okay, let's have a seat back down. I just have been danced out here, and I can see why you both beat Maddie Ziegler in the dance-off. Those guys definitely have some moves, at least we all tried. That's Jaeden, Lieberher, and Jacob Tremblay, who stopped by to talk all about their new movie, The Book of Henry, which hits theaters this weekend and is our Toyota People Pick of the day. Now, Jaeden and Jacob play brothers in the coming-of-age thriller, which has some pretty intense scenes, so when I sat down with them, I had to find out what they would do to shake it all off and have some fun on set. Watch this. When you do an emotional scene that really requires a lot of that focus and for you to think about sad things a lot, does it stick with you for a while after you're finished filming, or are you able to kind of like put it aside and move on?
When you have to think of that for a whole day, and then once you're done, you just take it out of you, throw it in the trash, and start running all over the room.
Is that how you get rid of it for sure?
Literally, that's what I did after a crying scene. I listen to sad music, so that helps me, and immediately I started turning on some 80s music and
Wham. Wake me up before you go.
Yeah.
Wake me up before you go.
Wake me up before you go. Take me dancing tonight.
Brought you out of the sad scenes. How about for you, Jaeden? What was your key to kind of moving on from sad scenes?
For me, it's not too hard to get out of that, because I mean, when you're on set, you're just around, people that you know, so it's easy. And with Jacob just running around the room, playing crazy music, it's easier.
Now, I'm gonna pretend all this didn't happen, because I've had a hell of a day, and Sheila and I are just gonna hang out a little, okay?
They're gonna get so drunk right now.
I know.
By the way, love that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Really good. All right. Let's check in with Facebook Live one more time. We've been asking who your favorite Real Housewives cast member is.
Kimberly says Kyle Richards, Erica Jane, NeNe Leakes, and Lisa Vanderpump.
Okay.
A ton of them.
Shay says NeNe so doesn't look 49. She does not.
Yeah, definitely not.
And Carolyn and Susan both give another vote for Erica. Seems like Erica's very, very popular.
Listen, I'm really excited to see what happens when NeNe kind of gets back
I know.
in there, right?
It's been a while, too.
Every time she's here, she's just got a lot to say. She does not hesitate, and it's going to change the dynamic in a great way.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to catch us again tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern right here. We're celebrating Father's Day early with The Rock revealing his proudest moments as a dad, plus Brandy Cyrus gushes about how great of a dad Billy Ray is to her.
Yes, thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with the moving story of twin brothers, Jake and Max Klein, who are inspiring young people to give back across the country. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.